Da 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 na 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 na. So the question is, composing for the Native American flute. What I normally do is I sit and I'll play, and I'll play and I'll play, and then I'll have I'll hear a few phrases and things that I think are worth developing, and then I'll kind of concentrate on that stuff, and then after several sessions, maybe I'll link a few things together and I'll come up with something. Today, I was just listening to TANPURA, and I just started singing, and I think that's also another way to do it, and I'm going to start using that. So I thought, well, I'll put up this little demo and see if anybody's interested in it. So basically, you sing along to a drone, and then try to mimic that on the flute. Okay, so let's see if we can do that again. I have basically written out what I just sang, and the link to the tab is below, and we'll play through what I've written, and then we'll work on writing some more just as an exercise. And this is a new flute, by the way. It's in G sharp by Douglas Thunderhorse, and it's got a wonderful voice. Just love it. Another thing I like about it is it's in G sharp, but it's 28 inches long, which obviously it doesn't have to be that long. The direction holes are here, so probably the working length of the flute might just be this, but there's this extra 6-8 inches on here, and I like that. I like longer flutes. I don't think it probably has any makes any tonal difference, because again the direction holes are here, so that stops the tonic at that point. But I just have a real aesthetic interest in the longer flutes. Like if you want to decorate, you've got more room, and it just feels better. I just like the balance of them, so I'm really thrilled to have this. It's got a wonderful voice, and the craftsmanship is just spectacular. It's tuned to perfection, so very blessed to have it. So I've been enjoying this flute and working on this stuff. So here we go. Let's see if we can work on a little bit of this stuff. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So you get the idea. You sing along, and you'll try to mimic that with the flute. Then you just develop it. Certain patches you'll like, certain ones you won't. You'll just disregard and rearrange them. So I hope you enjoyed that little session there. As far as the first two lines, I haven't written, I just have the notes written, and you can see up in the left hand corner there's a ta 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 written, so it's ta 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 ta. So you're playing that scalic pattern, but you're doing it in triplets. Tat, or not really triplets, but you're tonguing each note 3 times. Ta 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 ta. I believe that's the way it goes. Okay, and then there's a slash, and then you'll play that other little phrase, which is the, and you look up in the corner, and you go back, repeat the whole thing, and when you get down to the last part, you'll play that last written in note and move on to the second line. So it's so that's one way of doing it, and I kind of like it. I mean, obviously, classical Indian musicians train with the voice, and if you can sing it, you should be able to play it. So, and of course, this works with, you know, this flute is in G sharp, so the TANPURA is in G sharp. Here's a flute in F sharp. Let me see if I can switch over here on YouTube. Find a example in F sharp and play an example in F sharp. Okay, now it's going in F sharp. So it doesn't really matter what key of flute you have, just whatever key that you have, just make sure that your drone is droning in that key, that fundamental, and you can just go from there. So that's all I have. Happy playing.